STDs are on the rise in several states, Rhode Island being one of them. And when you look at the numbers, it's actually pretty jarring, especially when you consider the statistics last year compared to this year. So let's take a really quick look at the graph and see just how much things like HIV have increased. So HIV is actually up 33% from 2013 to 2014, and gonorrhea is up 30%. Syphilis skyrocketed a whopping 79%. Okay, so that's what's going on in Rhode Island, and this is not actually rare. This is happening in other states as well. Now, I looked into this a little more to figure out whether or not sex education has something to do with it, and surprisingly enough, Rhode Island does teach comprehensive sex education within its schools, so that is unlikely to be the issue at hand. What officials do think is the problem here is social media. They're claiming that high-risk behaviors include using social media to arrange casual and often anonymous sexual encounters, having sex without a condom, having multiple sex partners, and having sex while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And that's according to the state's Department of Health. So this isn't some conservative organization that's saying, oh, we got to do away with Tinder. It's a legitimate organization that's saying, look, this is happening and we need to do something about it. I don't know how they studied this. I don't know if there was any methodology involved. I don't know if they're guessing. But if it is really social media that's making these casual hookups easier, which I'm sure it is, I think maybe it's important to continue on with the education. You don't just stop in high school.
But social media doesn't define your choices.
That's very true.
It gives you access, but you have the right to say no or yes, I'm going to do this. And also with social media, it's a very intimate thing. So you don't have this group around you that's pressuring you to not wear a condom or to do this risky behavior. So it really does come back to education and sex shaming. I don't care how much education they're doing, they're clearly not doing enough, and they're trying to blame technology of all things on people's free choice and will.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I tend to think that, though, that it's true. It just seems too obvious to not be true, that all of a sudden the access to hookup culture just became available to everybody, whereas it just wasn't before. You had to have a certain kind of lifestyle to be in a hookup culture, meaning you had to go out. You know, you had to go to where people are.
Yeah.
And now you can stay at home and you can do it privately and shame-free, and that has exposed it to a lot more people. But you're right, none of this is a problem if safe behaviors are practiced once you're engaged.
And all the sites do say, I mean, I've been on Tinder and I've been on other ones, they do say, practice safe sex. Do not go to someone's house. They give you warnings throughout it.
They do.
So,
and here's the thing, okay? Really, guys, you're not putting on a condom when you're having sex with someone new, like someone that you don't know whether or not, like, put a fucking condom on. I get it. It's not comfortable. It's not as pleasurable. But are you really going to risk your well-being, your health, to have sex with a stranger unprotected?
Yeah.
Unprotected sex with a stranger. That was horrible grammar, but nonetheless. Like, it's just so stupid.
Yeah, right.
Don't raw dog it, okay? Put a condom on.